He's always bald though. He's always bald.
Yeah, he is always bald.
Thank God they get
But
that right.
here I was gonna leave like a hey, here's like a fun closing thought, and it's just I was
Mm-hmm.
gonna have you and Mar answer, but he dipped. What is your take on this? An identity is an illusion only if you accept your true self. Do you not worry about appearance?
Wait. Repeat it again real slow. For some reason, I don't need 2 times speed for once.
An identity is an illusion only if you accept your true self. Do you not worry of an appearance?
That sounds like some Persona shit.
Well, what's your take on it? Because I had a couple of
Mm-hmm.
people ask me what's my take on it, and I
Mm.
said it's kind of like how I would see it is like kind of like it ties into like a double coin theory, or like the same side, like two sides of the same coin theory. Like you can have a personality that's being influenced by your appearance and vice versa. You can have your appearance that influences your personality, but you're always going to be that same thing. You cannot have two separate sides.
I mean, in a
It's always
sense,
going to be influenced.
I mean, yeah, no, I see with that, and I agree with a lot of it. I mean, to me, the whole thing, especially I would say in a Persona sense, like, because in this sense is like, because here's the thing, right? Your identity, there, some people don't even know, right? Like, there's you who you are on the inside, right? And it could be, and the thing is, some people might show it more than others, and it is. And the thing is, like, why there's such a thing is because as human beings, it's in, I mean, always evolutionary. People have to have a mask or a face. You know, like, for example, like a persona. There's something that you may be subconscious to it that you present
You
yourself to the world.
manifest,
Yeah.
you create this thing that you are going to be.
Right. And again, there's a percentage, right? And it's same with introversion and extroversion. There's levels here and there. I mean, introverts are easily the biggest, the one that kind of wear a mask, 90% of the time. Was extroverts show a lot more of themselves, but even then, they don't really show themselves. And there are some part. I mean, yeah, I'm not exempt from this. There are certain things I won't even say online, right? Everyone has something that they won't. Not everyone's a super open book. But the whole thing is that that whole thing is that like the two coins is that one's like your persona. The thing is it's inherent. It's something you have to build, and clearly we build it for a survival strategy in a sense, right? Because at the end of the day, sadly, besides not being able to trust nature or other creatures, we don't even trust ourselves. It's something you kind of have to do. It's the same thing why we don't just give away our information, right? It's something that it's because some people like struggle with their, and the thing is like the main thing is we need to realize that it is something that's built into your DNA. If you're not like that, that's why again some introverts. I mean, because being introverted and I think antisocial is anti-human in a sense. That's not normal. You're supposed to be social. We're a bunch of monkeys that fucking grab ticks off our hair. You need to be like that. That's why people like that are looked down upon. Why do you think people don't like socially awkward people, even if deep down they're not bad? Same with ugly people in a sense, right? Because it's kind of like same thing with people being stupid during COVID. It's like when you live in a society, you live in a city, you are bound by social contract. It's the same thing whether it's laws or common sense or good courtesy, and that's what Corona is. Is fuck. There doesn't need to be a lot of that. It should be common courtesy. If you are sick, you do not go around to a place and make other people sick. This is literally common sense. This has been around since caveman Ooga Booga times. Like this is not crazy. Same thing as, oh, did someone eat something? Did they die from it? I'm probably not gonna eat that fucking berry. You know, like it's a social contract. You have there are certain social laws and contracts saying you have to be in line. There's a lot of things, and some of it isn't even taught to you in a sense, and some of it is whatever. And it's the same thing is that we need to realize that at a subconscious level, like some people hate it, right? Like, oh, I wish I could be more honest, or I wish I could be this and that. You have to realize it's something built into you to protect yourself. Same with people who make assumptions or even stereotypes. It is literally built into you. That's why, in a certain extent, like, hey, if you had a bad experience, let's say Ruby fans, well, it's logical to assume all Ruby fans are retarded weirdos because most of them are. Even though there might be that one that's actually good or make you right. If your waifu, your potential future Ruby fan waifu, has to come to terms that she has to play like a cat that's scared. Like cat's just gonna be scared of everything's bigger than it. But once it starts saying, "Oh, this human's super cool," they look at it in animals. They exhibit this. They're gonna be scared of everything bigger, but they're like, okay, the humans are cool. Oh, this human's cool. They get more to more humans, they start building a more thing, and then they might have a nuance. Like then a cat's good. That's why some cats are good at like, no. I've been around with humans and I know that one's an asshole. He's cool. That's my boy. And that's really it is. It's a
Is
self.
that the reason why the at my homie's house with his two cats why they keep biting me
No. There's some
in
things they
like a
just like biting
playful
shit.
way?
They just like biting shit. I mean, but the whole thing is that we have to realize fundamentally it's something built off of evolution. Now, what starts to get more philosophical and fundamental is that when you start to not know who you are, and I actually seen a great thing that someone said. It's a great video that kind of plays into this. Said, being a Giga Chad is not what it's all cracked up to be. And I can see myself almost in a sense sort of following it, but I'm lucky that I'm very extroverted. Basically, saying his brother was literally a full Giga Chad, but he focused so much time going to parties and getting girls, and he doesn't get. He has to live a different life. Like he literally hates the idea of being tied down because he's not used. And I was like, and I kind of have that a little bit. But you've seen it with me. I mainly just want to bang chicks and go around. We're not built to be built on. Like, and if it is, she has to be perfect, you know. And that's why I kind of like. So I kind of relate to him in that sense, right? But the other thing is that he has no personality. He doesn't know who he is. He literally is depressed. He has a fine ass waifu that cooks and cleans for him. He has the money and he lives in a nice house, but he's depressed because he's struggling to self-identify. He doesn't even know who he is, you know. And I feel like it's something that's scary for some people. Some people might at least have an idea. Okay, I like this, this, and that, but maybe okay. And even I've had struggles with it, right? I realized, what do I want to do in myself? Well, you know, in Japan was my realization of what I want to do in life, right? Everyone has this sort of realization. Once you're comfortable enough and you're not struggling to survive, that's when you start to think, okay, what's my part? And again, it's inherent. Again, because as social monkeys, we want to be valued in life. That's why even I realize most people in reality, you can have a janitor job, this and that, as long as you have a nice community, well liked, have a family, and are respected, you're happy. Genuinely, people do not realize how little you need in life to be happy. You do not need a crazy house. It's like a stable home. You know, I'm not under stress of getting robbed or killed. Happy community, and just worth in your like again. It could just be like again, genuinely like even I realized that like I wouldn't mind where I am now, right? I wouldn't mind doing my job here, you know, doing what I do, and then cleaning. Like I think to me, I find cleaning to be an honorable job. It's honest, hard work. Like I genuinely appreciate honest, hard work. It's something I was raised on, and as a manly monkey, like to me, it's like I don't care what I'm doing as long as it's something that like a woman can be like, oh, can you do this for me? Then I feel valued. Like you know, it's something as a man I do, and I feel good because I help other people. That's to me what I value the most in a job. That's why to me, I don't think I could ever become a full-time streamer or gamer because I feel I would contribute little to nothing in society. That's why to me, if I were to have a wife, we both would have to be famous in a sense that this is what it is, what it is. We have to have ambitions and drive, but I feel she has to have the same desire to contribute to society as much as I do. Because that is a very human trait. We all want to feel valued in society, right? And that's why I feel like the problem with like, being famous or whatever, they feel overbloated. Like, dude, you're not important. You're in a movie. You're not an important person in the slightest. You really fucking aren't. You're a glorified fucking clown. That's why some actors who are good who get depressed and have personalities. A good example, Keanu Reeves is one of the coolest dudes. He's been depressed before. Clearly, we've seen memes of it, and he found his fun. You know what? Let me donate to the charity that tried to help my sister out because he wants to make a fucking difference. You know, he says like, no, my movies are whatever. I want to put money where I actually go. Then he feels like, okay, all my work into the movies wasn't just for something pointless, right? Like, sure, people can know you, whatever, but what does that really mean? People just know you for a surface level character. They don't know who you are. See, goes with that whole person, you know, he's built up this facade of who he really isn't, and people like you for that. They don't really like you for who you are on the inside, you know, and it means absolutely nothing. Like, okay, I could be the most famous person, but what does it mean if people don't know who the fuck I really am? You know, and I've contributed absolutely nothing to society, you know? And that's why, to me, I think anyone who fucks in anything, whether streaming, YouTube, whatever, find something where you contribute to society. Mainly, number one, because it's important. Please actually contribute to society. Don't be a selfish bitch who holds all your money and does nothing with it. And you will get self-fulfillment. You genuinely will. Like, unless you're an evil piece of shit, like Fruit, you will get self-fulfillment. And that's really what it is, in a sense. But yeah, that gets a whole philosophical thing and everything. And something I would cover in my game, believe it or not, is that, yeah, we do have, you know, our personas, and that's something we present ourselves, and it's different, and it can even be subconscious or conscious, right? There's tiers to it. But sometimes and even then, there could be something. Sometimes someone can have a calling and they don't even know, right? Like me, you could be happy. Like me, obviously, I'm happy, right? If I only did these jobs and I never do gaming, I would always have something in me like wanting more, right? You know, like everyone can either, and that's the thing, right? You could do something that you found your calling, but you don't feel valued in society. You found your value in society, but you haven't found your calling, right? Again, two different things. And some people have low ambition. Some people have high ambitions. Some people, they're okay with just, you know, half-assing the job. You know, they're like, it's like, as long as I'm happy here, whatever. Yeah, you know, some people are smaller with smaller circles, whatever. But they're really ambitious. Like, oh, I really want to be famous, and I'm okay with contribute. But there's always some level, right? Some people are happy with contributing not that much. Some people more. Some people are okay with being little famous, big famous, right? Sometimes both are big, right? And we see it all the time. Everyone's, and that's the thing is that finding that can be hard. You know, you have to go through life to find this, and sometimes, you know, the hardest thing is if, I mean, especially that's why so many people are depressed in America. So many people spend time doing a pointless job they hate. They don't have enough time to do anything. Like they might play video games, but they don't really truly enjoy that hobby like I do. Clearly, you know, they haven't really found their fucking calling, and they're doing a monotonous job. And you know, they feel like they're stressed all the time because, oh, I have to do this or else I can't have a roof over my head. And it's like, you know, they're kind of in this weird perpetual state. Like, fun fact, more people in Africa are happier than people in America because they're constantly distracted with surviving. They don't have time. They don't have the luxury to think of this stupid shit. You know, like how many people get surgeries? Like, oh man, I'm so obsessed with the way people think I look. And you know, but you have all this time and money. And that's the funny thing is, people with the most time and money are the most fucking depressed. Like I said, son, look at the Giga Chad. Sometimes having everything doesn't mean anything. Like the fact that there are people with AIDS in Africa starving are happier than you is crazy. But then part of the fact is the fact that their life is so shit. When they get clean water, they're like, oh my fuck, they value the small things in life. That's the other thing. We're in a weird spot where we have most of the basic necessities, but because we didn't work for it, that also makes us more depressed. I think that's the other thing too, because I noticed it in Minecraft firsthand, and it's a psychology thing that you feel more rewarded. I mean, it's the same thing. You won't feel the same reward by putting in a credit card and getting an outfit than you did grinding that fucking Halo Hayabusa outfit or that platinum, right? Like your brain literally rewards you. We were built to do hard work and get rewarded for it. Again, genetics. You know, it's just not the same. So when we live in a thing where all this house, I didn't make this fucking house. You would feel a sense of pride if you made a whole ass fucking house. No one makes whole ass fucking houses anymore. You don't provide your own water, so now you have to find your source somewhere else. And if you do a job you hate, well, now you don't have your source. But I mean, yeah. That's what, again, it gets into the whole thing. I mean, I think it went beyond the whole face thing you said, but it's just multifaceted. I mean, I don't know. What do you got, Honorable? I know I dove
I was
deeper.
gonna say well, you were getting into like the actual deeper ends part of like the whole topic, which
Yeah,
was completely fine.
yeah. No, because again, it's this one aspect of a whole thing, right? But again, back to boil it down. Like I said, it is a persona, and its origin is fundamentally genetic and DNA, much like everything else I spoke. And even these, at the end of the day, all these things also do influence your persona. Like this, who you are as a person, right? Because a lot of the things is, I mean, there's a theory. There's the two founding fathers. One said that all people are born like neutral, and life, you become a good or bad person depending on your life expecting you see. What happened. You're shaped by your life experiences. Whereas the other one believed that some people are just born good and some people are born bad. I'm a believer of both. We've seen it in history. Some people are just born evil, just straight up. I think a majority, 80% of people are born neutral. Like they're genuinely neutral. And I think your life experiences shape who you are, right? Same thing, like I said, with Superman. I mean, clearly life influences me in some shape, weight, or form, right? That's why I have some resentment in certain things, whatever. And even I think it's very, very few small percentage of people can have a bad experience. Well, let's say like, a certain race, whatever, and still think, no, I believe in people, right? Like you're just built different, right? Like I met a person like that, and they are like the most, just like the wholesomest person in the fucking world, right? The goddamn fucking angel. And there are some people that you're just like, you are a living devil, bro. Why are you fucking here? But I think a majority of people are shaped by their life experience. And again, with all these factors, and that is what determines your inner and outer persona, right? Or again, being true. And then the final thing is Persona 4 ties as well. To tie this all well, you have your mask that you show to society, or whatever, whether it's conscious or subconscious or both. And then there is who you really are on the inside, in a sense that you understand, and maybe something deeper that you don't understand. And again, part of it's DNA. Like I said, my chart, the big three: mind, body, and heart. Most people don't know. Like I said, this is why to me, when I do anything, sorry if I'm going all over the place, why, and this is why I tell everybody, find out who you are, like to your body. Because that's the thing, is like, why do you think, oh, do you have ADD? Oh my God, this explains, like, so much in life I felt better in the years was because of just DNA and body. Because now you have physical things that can be proven. Everyone wants to find themselves, discover themselves. First, start off by seeing who you genuinely are to your DNA. What are things you cannot help but control? Oh, you have ADD. Oh, obviously, like your height, this and that, whatever. Oh, do you have a lot of stamina? Do you know, like in this, a lot of this helps a lot. And I have a theory that I feel, to an extent, not always, right? There are exceptions, that I think your body type determines your personality a bit. Because think about it like this. I am a high twitch muscle fiber. Clearly, I'm a fast crackhead and strong as fuck for my body size, right? On top of that, I have ADD, explains all this stuff. But it made me realize the reason, because we know one thing, right? My chart is obviously physical because I have high reactions. My body is built for it. And that explains some of my philosophy and how I do certain things in life, right? The main thing I'm getting at is because I'm such a strategical person. I mean, there's strategy there, right? That's part genetics as well, but then you're raised in mentality. But more so, we'll go into the body. Because I go around life, like when I go into fights, my whole philosophy is be faster and stronger because that's always worked for me. And we see a good example. Ali, the Resident Evil 4 reimagining, did good. Leon, as a dude, he just fully uses his whole body and moves the bookshelves out of the way. You play as Ada, she strategically slides in and uses her leverage and her body as a leverage point to move the bookcase enough, and then just slides back in. She uses less effort than Leon. She is smarter and cleverer, but because she has to be. And you notice that this is why, in general, I know, and this is, again, women do mature faster than men, but mainly biology. But also, women in general just are smarter than men because they have to be. They genuinely have to be. Look at that exact scenario, and many times in life and whatever, a man can just brute force unga boonga his way through shit. Women cannot. You know? That is just a genuine life experience and been coded to an extent. And what I'm trying to get at to the thing is, I mean, there's obviously exceptions to the rule, but to me, the reason why I suck ass at reading and fighting games, most of my life, I've never had to read anybody. And why do you think most of my solution? I just like to beat people up. Because it's easier for me to do that. Who the fuck's gonna beat me besides a bigger dude? And there's not that many bigger dudes than me, let alone faster. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of my solution is ooga booga. Or let me sit down, strategize, because that's what I do and raised, and then ooga booga, you know? Like, I don't have, and even then, maybe, who knows? I think to a degree, it's a certain extent, it is genetic. That my body is like, no, no, no. Plan ahead, be strategic, this and that. Be smart enough to be social. That's where most of my attributes go, is being social and charismatic in a sense. Everything else, fuck no, dude. Like, I'm the kind of person, like, I have to this is why I took psychology. I have to look at someone's face and I need visual information or someone else to tell me, oh, they're lying, or else I would never know. I genuinely take shit at face value, but at the same time, look at it like this. Because I don't have a fear like, oh, let's say you, Honorable, we're talking this and that. And then, you know, someone has to tell me, oh, he's going to stab you behind your back. Part of my whole thing, same thing, whatever, is like, even if you try to stand him, I don't take you as a threat because I'll be like, oh, you can stab me? Like, bro, I will turn around, be mad that you stabbed me, then beat you up, and then break the knife in half. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, my confidence and ego is so strong that why do I need to read you when I could just beat you up? You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm not good at reading. Power move. You know, it's like, so I think that's something that's what so basically what I'm getting at is finding out who you are by naturally can probably explain a lot of who you are as a person. Just at one aspect, right? Finding your aspirations can be something else, right? And I so did find, I mean, a lot of people tend to be, like, good example, what if someone was naturally born to be a snowboarder? They've been miserable their whole life. I mean, no, best example, he was on Stanley Superhumans. Man did an office job, I think he has a wife, kids, good paying, but he was miserable. He started running one day and didn't stop, and then he realized he loved running. Fun fact, the dude has a rare genetic
mutation.
Yeah, where he doesn't pick up, I think I could be wrong, builds up lactose or some kind of thing that, in case you guys ever ran enough, I have, obviously. It's not that we can keep going almost forever, but you stop because you build up a lot of this kind of gooey stuff in your muscles, and it feels almost like a rust or like aches, and you physically get weight down and your muscles can no longer contract, and you are physically stuck. They're like fucking stones, right? So even if you wanted to, you can't. This man does not have that shit. And again, going back to this thing, is the reason he loves running is his body was built for it. His body, your body's telling you, hey, do the thing you're good at. It gives you those things and you'll never get sick of it because your body's like, this is what you're good at. So that's why I want to stress enough people, find who you are, right? Like find out if you're fast or twitch, slow muscle fiber. You know, that will explain a lot. And that's why I hate people. If you don't like exercising, I think fundamentally something psychologically wrong with you. We are all built since the beginning of mankind to love exercise. Find what you like to do. Like, oh, I hate running. Maybe you don't really like long runs. Maybe you like strong ones. Maybe you're more of a power lifter. Maybe, you know, find, like, to me, no human being should ever say they don't like working out. If not, you're either bullshitting me or something's wrong in your fucking head. The real thing is, what workout do I like and don't like? Same thing with food. It's like, oh, I don't like eating. Motherfucker, what? You need it to live. Like, you know, I hate that. I hate that approach. And that's why the whole thing is like because, again, it's one thing to not know, because right now we live more of an era where people don't, I mean, look at the incels and losers, right? They don't know how to present themselves. Like, we, even in femcells, in a sense, like, dude, okay, cool, you work this and that, but you need to realize when you are in public, you need to work on your personal persona. That's why we notice the most social awkward people, say, like Japanese people who don't have a lot of interaction, they need to, like, learn how to make a good smile, you know, fucking clean yourself, you know, it's common sense to the rest of us, but they weren't taught these things. I think a lot of with social stuff is you have to be around other people, because we've seen what happens when you deprive young kids from social interactions to become immaculately fucking social weirdos. It's something that's taught to us, right? Like, your persona mask is 100%, I think, your influence. I mean, minus whether you're introvert and introvert, right? That's how you choose to conduct in your way, right? But a lot of our social skills and everything is from being around other kids, and we, you know, oh, mess around and whatnot, right? I think that's what the second mask is. But I think the first one, I think a large amount of it is dictated. I mean, good example, look at the Giga Chad. He didn't get a lot of time to spend to build on his inner self, because of the fact he was so genetically gifted. He didn't get time to build himself to discover what his hobbies were, you know? I mean, that's my whole thing, right? Because it's, like I said, find your body type and it'll help you a lot, right? Whether you're strong, slow twitch muscle fiber, you know, or do you have like some kind of, and even then appreciate the things that make you rare, right? Like, you know, fucking, what's his face? He's in here, Creepylin. The dude literally sleeps 6 hours. He's super rare. And if you notice, he's super chill. Same like Codes. If I've noticed a trend, if you sleep less, you're more chill. If you sleep more, you're more hype. Look at me, dude. We all see how much of a monkey I fucking am. I sleep like 10 hours a fucking day. But think about it logically. If you are up for longer, you want to waste less energy. So you'll be like Codes, where you barely say shit and take 20 fucking years. You're a goddamn sloth. But as me, where you sleep most of the day, you have so much energy in that small time. You know? So that's another thing. Find out, are you a long or a short sleeper? I guarantee you that's going to dictate your level of energy throughout the fucking day. Like I said, find out your muscle fibers, find out your sleep, and on top, find out your chart of the mind, body, heart. Take the reaction test. That'll help a fuck ton. Then okay, how body oriented I am. Because at the end of the day, your body's going to cope. There's mental copes you make. Your body since childhood, we all do this. Again, I clearly realize there's a squishy. I'm a freak of nature. Everyone else can go fuck off. I mean, a good example. Why do you think Giga Chads generally have an ego? They know they're better than everybody. It's not a like, oh, whatever. Like, dude, they're bigger and stronger and faster. You really don't think like there's a reason they walk around pretty happy? Because who are they gonna be scared of? The scrawny loser who has a shitty knife? Like, hell no. No, who the fuck are we gonna be scared of? Get the fuck out of here. Whereas someone else where you have shitty reaction times, you're more wary. Look at Codes. His reaction times are ass. Same with my brother. And guess what? They're wary as fuck of people. Why? They have to be. They don't have the confidence of me. Like, say we're face to face. I see you move your arm even a little bit, and then a knife goes right to my eye. I stop you, and then I just hold the knife in my eye. I can do that. They can't. So they have to predict that you're trying to stab them. I don't. Let me see. It's weird. My weird theory of why purpur are pipper in a sense. And that was my TED talk. What's your thoughts on my TED talk, Honorable?
My thoughts are going to transfer to Vile, who just joined, to answer the question.
I mean, am I not wrong? Was that pretty deep? Do you feel that was deeper than it needed to be? And hopefully that helps in your life endeavors.
Yeah, that was a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be.
I might make this his own segment. You know what? I will, because it's randomly deep for no reason.